Welcome everyone as I take you on a road trip into New Orleans, Louisiana for the Fan Expo 2024. So relax, grab your snacks, and let's head in to all the fun. Once I discovered that Bruce Campbell was going to be on the docket, I quickly ordered my tickets and I booked a room at the Mehron on St. Charles Avenue in the Garden District. I have been booking with this property for over 12 years and I absolutely love it. It's a wonderful place to stay. It has a rich history and it's been around since 1837. The interior main building holds a rich French design in its coloring and all of its marble and its tile floor. The property also has a swimming pool and a heated pool. It has wonderful mural artwork in its cobblestone courtyards. It was time to settle in and go get some food, where I ended up at a local place called Mr. Ed's Oyster Bar. And once you're in New Orleans, you know that you're in once you start seeing menu items that host signature cocktails such as hurricanes, Cajun Bloody Marys, and the menu items start to read gumbo, andouille, and turtle soup with sherry. I started the night with some alligator bites and a hurricane, and then I finished strong with some vegetables and some Cajun salmon with some wine. And then it was time to say goodbye to Mr. Ed's Seafood Bar and Grill and head into the night for a good night's sleep. It was just a short walk back after I relaxed by the pool, but it was time for the next morning to get up, where I hit the continental breakfast at the Mehron, and they offer a very wide selection and variety of coffees, fresh fruits and juices, different creamers, oatmeals, cereals, and everything you could think of that you would possibly need, such as Belgian waffles, fresh fruit. The hot bar included a selection of pastries for that sweet tooth, along with several selections of breads from scones to bagels, raisin toast, and a hot bar with cheese omelets, sausage, biscuits, and gravy. Hey everyone, it's Stacy. I'm here at the New Orleans Fan Expo 2024. I'm going to go in. This is day 2 of 3. I'm here to meet Bruce Campbell, take a photo with him, have some of my books signed. So stick around, let's enjoy and see what all is here, and I'll see you in a little bit. So what is included in a VIP ticket? This collectible Fan Expo bag with Batman on the back of it. It came with some artwork prints from DC Universe, also with some collectors and variant comics from DC Comics to the Avengers for variant art, Fan Expo exclusive. And inside the bag was a Funko Pop Marty McFly collectible. And with a 20% off discount count, I was able to pick up Doc Brown to go along with the set. VIP gives you access a little bit earlier than everyone else into the expo, so I was able to walk around and see some of the wonderful artwork, the clothing, and all the items that people have for sale. It was an eclectic collection, some wonderful artwork, and some wonderful people to get to know. There was the Louisiana cosplayers that were setting up and going over outfits. Everyone was so friendly. The staff was on point, that had everything running like it should be. So it was an absolute joy just to go in and mingle with everyone, find out what everyone was into.
He's totally alive.
Several comic book artists were setting up shop, and it was able to see some of the stuff that they had on display. I am not a huge comic book fan, but if you see someone that you like, list that in the comments below. Let us hear from you who your favorite is. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good.
Good. Got yourself here nice and early.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
I'm here for Bruce, but I grew up with this. Absolutely.
Well, very cool.
That I had to, you know. You remember those stories where you could pick your adventure too?
Choose your own adventure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was glued to this section of the library whenever I could be. Hey, thanks for talking to me.
Yes. Take care.
There were so many wonderful things to look at. I was just overall impressed with all the artists and the amount of hard work and dedication that they go into with their craft, from masks to collectibles, from comic books to performers to cosplayers. There was a little bit of something for everyone. It was an absolute blast to go. This was my first expo, and I hope to go and make this a yearly event. How many Comic-Cons, expos have you been to? Tell me what you love about them and why you go and why you think the one that you attend is the best one. What is an experience that you've had? Have you met a favorite idol? Were you able to speak to a celebrity? Let me know what your experience is. I would love to hear from you, so list that in the comments below. From jewelry to props to bloody props, there was everything that you could ever want to find. Something that turns your fandom on, that's just for you. You could find it here. Some wonderful mystery boxes of licensed merchandise. And yes, I did a lot of shopping. I have some wonderful things to show you, some things to unbox a little bit later on. So please subscribe if you want to see some of those items. There will be some giveaways along the way. You don't want to miss out. But I picked up these the Martian earrings. I've been looking for Marvin the Martian for a while. And believe it or not, as many clown looks as I've done, as many Art the Clown things that I have, I did not have any Pennywise earrings. So I absolutely had to change that, along with these guillotine earrings. So it's totally up my alley. So those are some of the small things that I picked up. I shopped that second day and I made sure that I looked over and got everything I wanted. There's just so many items to choose from and I had a hard time, but I picked up this little mushroom necklace and some other things. So hang out later on so you get to see some of the things I picked up. I spoke to this wonderful artist here that has some great jewelry. You can find her on Instagram. And also I picked up an Art the Clown print from Damon Bowie. He had some wonderful art up on his wall. He had this wonderful print of Art the Clown and I snatched that up very quickly. Here is his QR code so you can find him a little bit easier. And believe it or not, I ran into one of my favorite artists who I recognized immediately because his massive amounts of detail in his black and white work. This is the Bearded Artist, and I was just absolutely stunned that I seen him here, and I had a chance to speak with him, ask him a few questions, look at the rest of his work. Please check him out. You will not be disappointed.
You're the Bearded off of Etsy, right?
Yes.
I bought Tom Savini off of you a couple years ago, that sex machine. You mind if I have you on camera? I run a YouTube special effects YouTube channel.
Sure.
And I just want to kind of have you on camera, ask you a couple of questions. How many times have you been to the expo here in New Orleans?
This is my second time.
Second time?
2 years ago. I skipped last year.
All right, that's awesome. Have you ever met Tom Savini?
Not really. I did that drawing and he kind of did a drive-by on it.
Oh, yeah?
And he just kind of looked at it, gave me a thumbs up.
Oh, that's so cool. Because see, he's one of the influential for me for special effects and like horror movies in general. So on my wall, I have Tom Savini, Vincent Price, and a clip from Young Frankenstein. All black and white, and I just love that one. But my next goal to meet, because I went and seen Bruce Campbell today, is to meet Tom Savini. That's like the rest of the bucket list.
Go to a little horror convention show.
Oh yeah, exactly. Do you go to horror convention shows too?
I do like 1 or 2 a year. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anywhere else that people can find you other than on Etsy?
Yeah, you can go Facebook, it's just Bearded Artists.
Okay.
And Instagram, it's Bearded Artists 513.
Okay, because I also do an artist showcase where I showcase arts from crafting to pencil, any medium of acrylic or oil. And so I will have you up there. I just hadn't got around to it yet. But I was like, I recognize this, and I was going to ask you if I could come talk to her. It was nice to meet you. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you.
There were several celebrities that were there this weekend, from some of the Terminator crew: Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, Lance Hendrickson from Peter Weller's RoboCop, Bruce Campbell, the cast of Lord of the Rings, Elijah Wood. There were several different people, along with My Name is Earl from Ethan Suplee and Jason Lee. It was fantastic to see everyone get in line and be excited to have their stuff signed. I also signed up for a celebrity photograph with Bruce Campbell, but they had this place running extremely well. It was not as chaotic as it could have been. Here are some of the other people you see through. You are not allowed to actually photograph this, so I kind of got by with a little bit more than what I could normally have thanks to my GoPro, but I tried to show this to you as much as I could without getting into trouble. I did get into trouble once, all for you, because I love you guys.
So he goes to shows with this actor. I can't remember his name. I met him. Super nice guy.
David.
David, that's it. And he said, "You gotta try it. You gotta try it." And I'm like, "All right."
David's actually from Alabama, and that's where we're from.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And we went to the movies to see that one. But
I saw him in Kansas. This is good. Okay. Yeah, I met him in Kansas City in I think March last year. March or April, but yeah, seemed like a nice guy.
yeah. Have you ever met Damian Leone?
What's that?
Have you met Damian
I
Leone?
have only met David because his rep is a buddy of mine from Detroit.
Yeah.
And he said, "Let me introduce you to my friend David." Well, no, hey man, how you doing? You know, I don't follow horror as much.
Yeah.
Worse, yes, I'll follow new horror.
Yeah.
I watch old stuff, you know, growing up, but now I still have time to watch movies. I watch them when I can, but it's whatever's streaming, you know.
Well, the thing about Damian is that he doesn't it's fan funded. So he
Okay.
doesn't let Hollywood get a hold of his movies. And so they're becoming extreme cult classics.
Interesting.
And the next Terrifier 3 is going to take place around Christmas, but we're still going to have Art the Clown dressed up the way he is. So
Interesting though, but you know what? Who is the guy that did Paranormal Activity, the director, the creator? He said Blumhouse, I think. And he says, "Look, I don't want Hollywood money.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it under budget, and then this." You don't have so many people with their hands in the pot.
Exactly.
Where everyone does well. So it's an interesting concept.
yeah, and Leone is also originally a special effects makeup artist. I'm a special effects makeup artist.
Okay.
So he's got a real specific way he wants it to be seen, and he doesn't want Hollywood to get a hold of it. So
I believe it. Yeah. Absolutely.
But hey, thank you for your time.
That was a good chat with you.
Thank you. You too.
So after some time, I did get my photograph and I had my book signed from Bruce. He was absolutely wonderful to meet. And then a dip outside for a little break, a little bit of fresh air, and more people were coming in. Wonderful costumes and t-shirts. It was great to see everyone dressed up. Fan Expo reported over 30,000 people for this 3-day weekend, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. I love that this one is located closer to me because I can't afford whether I fly or drive over to a bigger Comic-Con like California, so I do appreciate these smaller like Monster Cons and Horror Cons that are popping up a little bit all over. So let me know which ones that you like to go to. Maybe we can meet up one time. I would love to have you on video. I'd love to see what you're into, pal around and hang out and get to know you. So list those in the comments below. I would love to know. The Ghostbusters made an appearance in their booth. It was very fun. They had the car along with Slimer showed up, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was on display. I've seen this car actually in my Walmart parking lot, so it does actually travel a pretty good bit, but it was very fun to see everyone get together and dress up and still have love for this older and revamped movie. I did attend a few celebrity panels, and I'll let you check out what they had to say. I got to see and sit in on Danny Trejo's panel. He was very interesting, a very kind-hearted man to speak with, and loves his fans.
You know, first of all, I pray a lot. I wake up in the morning, and self-doubt is like one of our enemies. But every time I help somebody, it takes a lot. It takes the eye that I've got looking at everything I do and criticizing, it takes it away. And that's our biggest, I think our biggest flaw is that we got our eyes turned inward. Oh no, oh God, oh what I do now. And turn them outward. And it's like, wait a minute, how can I help somebody? And that's what we do. Everybody that I break bread with, everybody that comes to my house, everybody that's got a key to my house, it's like they have thermal underwear in the trunk of their car, they got socks, you know, and non-perishable food, just to make sure what, because if you see a homeless, they just get some thermals, you know, and you just feel better about yourself. That's what you gotta do. I say, well, that's egotistical. No, it's not. I feel really good about myself, you know, and just be quiet, because I say good morning and God bless you to everybody.
The cosplayers came in very strong. We even got to see the mayor of Halloween Town from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Harlequin showed up for her red carpet cosplay debut. I also got to sit on John Bernthal's panel, very interesting guy to listen to.
No one's gonna steal your car, but the noise is gonna attract zombies, and I think that, like, you know, understanding the rules and really playing with an ensemble like that and taking it vitally seriously. And then a guy like Frank Darabont who really encouraged us in these group scenes to don't worry about the lines. Like, if you see something, be like, what is that over there? To be free with it and to play it, you know, with each other and for each other. I think it always works. And the best things that I've ever been a part of always have a real strong sense of team, that we're all in it together. And you know, it's a shame. You know, again, taking nothing away from people that are just focused on their own thing, but I think things can really get electric. And I think it's true in any line of work that you do. When you start learning how to work with each other, how to make everybody better, how to make everybody feel like it's a place where you want to be, you got something invested in it, rather than just a job or I'm just trying to do my thing so I can get ahead. You know, I think that's a pretty shitty way to go through life.
Listen, write that down, y'all, because
Ash Williams showed up on the red carpet, and it was wonderful to see everyone get into character and pose and act out a scene from their favorite thing. It was just a blast to watch everyone have so much fun. On day 3, I ended my time by attending the Bruce Campbell panel, and he did not disappoint.
Oh, thank you.
Hey!
Fan Expo, New Orleans. Who's from New Orleans? Is that good that you're from New Orleans? Should be from New Orleans. Don't live here now, just be from New Orleans. Well, it's a good time of year because they pressure wash everything. You know, get the dead bodies out of the way before you can add more dead bodies. There was a city worker cleaning the streets the other day, and I said, you know what? Thank you very much. Because this city would be a shithole if you didn't do that 24 hours a day. Because you represent the cycle of life. You clean up condoms, the beginning of life, and dead bodies, the end of life. You are the circle. He goes, you know what? You're not wrong. And I think he had a little spring in his step when he cleaned up the next dead body and broken bottle that he came across. It's an important task. You just saw Army of Darkness for the first time. Do you live in a cave? How whacked out was I? Sir, to survive that movie, as an actor, I did not consume a single drop of alcohol or consume any marijuana or painkiller or caffeine anyway whatsoever, because otherwise I would have died. The only way to survive that movie was to do nothing but suffer for months and months and months for your very tardy enjoyment. Maniac Cop films? Yes. Man, with that was a great experience. No, you know what? It was the first movie I did as an actor that was not directed by Sam Raimi. So you had to kind of just get used to that, how somebody else makes a movie. And then the first one came out. My character survived. I was the cop, not the suspect. So that was fine. I thought the movie was okay. Bill Lustig, the director, did a good job. And then I got divorced and I was in a really foul mood, and they started to talk to me about Maniac Cop Part 2. And we could not agree on a number because I didn't give a shit about being in the movie at all because I had just gotten divorced. So I gave them a number that they were like, yeah, not gonna happen. So I said, kill me. So they did. Right away, real quick, in Part 2. Thanks for that happy memory. Man, let's go back to here. Yes.
Now that you're the right age, would you do a Bubba Hotep sequel?
Now that I'm the right age. Like, you don't need makeup now. You can just see the only guy on the water. Wow. Way to start that off.
Damn.
No, sir, no. There were scripts written, but I did not feel they were up to par with what the original cool story was. Joe Lansdale is a very original, great writer, and it's hard to imitate that. So, yeah. So that's sort of why there hasn't been another one. And look, it's okay, folks, to make one movie of something. Just one of them. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Because next thing you know, it's Bubba Hotep in New York City. It's Bubba Hotep on the moon. And where do you stop? Well worth doing, yes.
Hey Bruce, is Sam Raimi, if Sam Raimi had approached you to play a superhero or supervillain back in the day, like before Spider-Man, is there any character you ever wanted to play?
No, I like playing characters that are fallible, which is why I will always have a soft spot for the character Ash, because he's just a regular idiot. And the superhero thing is way overrated. I need a guy who can be killed by a bullet. I just wrote some Sergeant Rock issues for DC. Sergeant Rock can be killed by a sniper's bullet at any time. There's no superpowers whatsoever. So I like that a lot. I like that Ash doesn't have any special intelligence or whatever. The only thing he's got is occasional flashes of courage based on ignorance. But, you know, I like flawed characters. You know, the superhero thing, guys in tights, I don't know. I don't really get excited thinking about that shit. I think about, how's that guy take a leak?
And with that ends the expo on day 3. It shut down at 5 o'clock. And one of my favorite things, and a traditional thing that I do every time I go into the Garden District, where I go to Igor's Bar and Grill, where you can sit and relax and have your time playing some slots. Or if you like, you can shoot some pool as you do your laundry. But I finished strong with another bite to eat, a Cajun hamburger with another hurricane. So what's your fandom? What is it that keeps you going back to those horror movies or those anime characters? List what it is that you're into. And of course, as for me, I came for Bruce. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.